What's up, y'all? This is Rudy Gay with my esteemed colleague.
Devin Ferguson at D_Fergo on all social platforms.
All right, man. Today is the start of what is the beginning of the postseason. I just heard today it doesn't even count as
Yeah, that's
playoffs.
crazy, right? It doesn't count towards the postseason.
Well, know what? It's becoming to look a lot like playoff time, man. By the way, this is a speakeasy brought to you by Believe Network. Today we're first we're going to talk about the Miami Atlanta game. See, I'm still learning, man. This stuff is crazy.
It's new.
Yeah. Of course, Atlanta came out with the win. If you've seen it, yeah. I mean, we can't be spoilers. Everybody's seen it already. So, what do you think the keys were to that game?
For sure, it was Trae Young. He controlled the tempo. He had he was up and down. He was playmaking, and Dennis Rodman, aka Clint Capella, was out there. 21 rebounds, 8 offensive, only 4 points, but you need that.
They didn't need it. I know what. That's what's crazy. Trae Young being in the news and all that stuff, and his name being around a lot of offseason moves, man. I take my hat off to him, man, to be able to play and be able to dominate the game. He was Trae Young, which with being Trae Young, sometimes some crazy shots happen and stuff like that. But
crazy passes.
There was some kind of a back and forth between him and the coach. You see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Well, I did. I mean, it was some back and forth. It was after one of those crazy shots, but when you got to play like Trae Young, you got to let him fly, man. And you know what they did? The second half, he got his composure and he figured out how to get a win. With that being said, one person that kept Miami in the game is who?
Kyle Lowry.
Our boy Kalo
came off the bench.
That's the thing, man. In the first half, he was the only one really making an impact. And he's had an up and down season, but this is the reason why you get vets, because nothing matters in the regular season. Obviously, he had some knee soreness or injuries and stuff, but this is what you get Kyle Lowry for. This is what you get the vets for. It's for the postseason. It's not for
it all. He's going to show up every time.
He's going to show up. He's going to go do his thing. He's going to play his hardest. He's going to be pesky. How many charges did he take today?
At least 4. I can think of.
I seen him, try to take a lot more than that, but that's what he does. And when you get up in age, it's like 82 games with the schedule we have and all that stuff, being around the league and being around locker rooms and all that stuff, sometimes it can get stagnant. But when you go and get into this postseason, it's all or nothing. And I think the veteran players understand that the most. I'm here speaking for all the vets, man. Long live the vets. Because they're trying to get rid of us, man. They trying hard, but the vets are important. As you can see, Kyle came in with 36 big points, right?
33.
33?
Yep, 6 threes, 11 for 16 from the field.
Yeah.
5 assists, 4 rebounds.
All off the bench.
All off the bench.
And and I think that's the reason they got him here in Miami. Well, there in Miami. And he showed up, and I think he's going to continue to show up, no matter where they are in the standings and going into this playoff picture. What else can you say about Atlanta?
Who really impressed me also is Sadiq Bey.
Okay, just got him.
Yeah, he came off the bench. Just got him. He
came from Villanova, right?
Huh?
From Villanova, went to Detroit and came over in the trade. What trade was that?
That was the. What trade was it?
Who knows? But he was in the he was a kid from Detroit that had 50 points last year.
Yes.
Yeah. So he can shoot.
He was instant offense. Immediately came and made a difference.
And one thing about Quinn Snyder's offense, if you can shoot threes, you can play. So he's going to help them a lot, and he's going to play a lot. And we'll see what happens. We'll see where they landed. And they need to win too, right?
Yeah.
Or just
one. They're in. Atlanta goes on to play Boston.
Okay, so they're in.
They're in.
So the winner of this game was in.
The winner of this game was in. Atlanta goes on to play Boston.
Okay. Okay. And
you just talked about Quinn. I mean, you played for Quinn. So what do you think the adjustments he's going to make? They shoot the 3. So what changes for the next game?
Well, I mean, one thing they did. Let me tell you one thing they did today. They looked like Miami out there, the prototypical Miami. They were in the zone. They jumped up the game and made it tough for Jimmy and well, Bam. Bam was basically not even there today. He's like I said, he's younger players. It's going to take him a little time to figure things out. I think if they were in a series, he wouldn't do that every day. You know what I'm saying?
He's a big part of what they do in
He's
Miami.
too good of a player to come out like that every night. But he jumped the game up, and this is what you usually see from a Miami team. I think it's not about what Atlanta's going to do. It's more about what is Miami going to do next, because they really have to work on, because everybody watches tape.
Mm-hmm.
The next team's going to watch this tape and figure out how to beat Miami, and they really need to go on the drawing board. And I really wouldn't expect anything less from Spo. Like I didn't expect anything less of Kyle today. Jimmy was Jimmy today.
Jimmy, he started out hot too.
Jimmy was Jimmy.
Yeah, he was Jimmy. He was ready to go.
Tyler Hero started off late. He got second half. He got hot. But as you know, like, this is win or go home. So they're going to have to, come in with the mindset of we got to win and play well.
So they're going to play the winner of Toronto and Chicago.
Right.
So they have to prepare for their next series. Do you think they make the change and put Kyle in the starting lineup?
I think that's too big of a decision right now.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. You said it depends on who they play. If they play Toronto, maybe, because Kyle played there. He played with Fred and could help orchestrate the defense as well as the offense. Chicago, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't think coming off the bench, I don't think they have anybody that can match Kyle's intensity. So I just put on my coach's hat, but if I was Spo, I would keep Kyle coming off the bench, and hopefully you see another performance like you did today.
All right. Okay. And so back to Atlanta. So they go on to Boston. Now that matchup, that goes into a series. So it's Trey enough, or you think that's it for them? They're done. They're going home.
Is what you call playing?
That's a good question. They say he's going to be ready, but he got stitches in his shooting game.
It depends on where the stitches are, but
Jaylen Brown. Yeah, we're talking about Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown. I don't think they have a chance against Boston, to say the least. I don't think they have a chance.
Can they win one game?
Yes, NBA, anybody can win in one game, but they don't have a chance.
I don't think they have a chance either.
Yeah, I think you, me, and most of the NBA fans out there think that anything can happen. I don't know. Things change after that first game, but
Yeah, I think Boston is just too much. They don't have an answer for Tatum by itself. Even if Jaylen isn't in, Tatum is just too much. And
you know what? He can still be too much. I don't. I think there's just too much of they're just a great defensive team.
Okay.
They play well. They play well together. They move the ball. I think any of the other guys can get hot. We've seen Derek White get hot. Everybody's out. They still won. He was was player of the week, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So they're just a really, 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 really good team. They have a good foundation, and when they have bigger aspirations, man. So I think they're going to be ready.
Yeah, they're trying to get to the championship. So we know what's going to happen now. They got Atlanta. We're going to see what's going to happen and go from there. I mean, but Miami, do you think they sneak in? Do you think they win?
Possibly, because they're a well-coached team. So possibly. But back to Atlanta, I think the person, like, obviously we know Trey played well, but I think the person that really got them buckets when they needed it was DeJounte.
Yes. Okay.
He
stepped up.
I hate to see him off the ball as much as he is, but he's making the best out of it. When they needed a basket, he went and got it. So shout out to DeJounte Murray, man. Come on to Speakeasy. We need you, man.
Yep, we're going to – hey, man, we need all the help we can get over here sometimes, them players.
We don't? What you mean? It would be nice. Nah, man, that was our recap of that game. This is a Speakeasy. We'll see y'all soon.